So this means you took a lot more tail risk than you thought you did. And the number is 1.855. Almost 25% more risk than you thought. And that could mean a lot. I mean, consider a company that has 10 traders like that. So total risk that they're taking is about $1 million. And let's assume that this company had a capital of $2 million. Now, if you had given these limits, assuming distribution was normal, you had 10 trades, you're going to have to finance up to about $18.5 million of position. You got $2 million of capital. Even today, they'll fund you on a weekly basis for that. Fine. But you're leveraged about 9 times. On the other hand, under the actual distribution, you need only $15 million of funding. Somehow the worst thing happened, all of your traders took similar positions and things really went bad. Under the normal thing, you're going to lose only $1 million. Okay? It's $1 million, or you're not going to lose more than $1 million with the 99% probability. But assuming that you were actually taking the returns were normal, the amount that you're going to lose is going to be about 25% higher. So instead of losing 1, you may end up losing 1.23. Okay? Now, or 1.25, rounding up your quarter. There's a big difference between being left with $1 million worth of net equity in your firm versus 125. The amount that you can fund is going to be much less or 0.75, I'm sorry, because you're going to lose 125. You're going to effectively draw yourself to bankruptcy without even noticing it. And those differentials are much smaller on SPY. Let's get data for example, something a lot more volatile. Let's see. Let's think about a stock that has been around. I'm going to get historical data. That's not what I want to do. So open that up. Let's calculate the returns. Adjusted closed end. I'm sorry. By her, this means if you had, it was 107 in 2002, it's 342 now. So if you had invested about $1.10, you would have had $350 or so. Delete the rest. I'll just change the data. Okay, it's not that different, but the difference because Netflix made a lot of money earlier on. The idea is those fatness of the tails are typically a lot higher for individual stocks. I'll still save this. You may need it later on. And the more leverage you are, the more easier it is for you to go bankrupt. Especially for complicated derivatives, people simply use the normal distribution assumption. Why? Because those bad things never happen during the known life of those products. For example, there were a lot of credit default swaps AIG had written during the life of credit default swaps on AA rated mortgage-backed securities. Nothing like that's happening in 2007 happened. And the actual distribution of things like default rates and repayment rates, those are very important to calculate, and value of the underlying collateral. Those are the three major things that determines the value of a defaultable mortgage-backed security. And you act as if they're normal, and price it as such, and there's a lot of mathematical machinery to handle it. There's a lot of that stuff are solutions to partial differential equations, and they actually hired math and physics PhDs to solve those problems. I get nothing against that, as long as somebody does it. But you tell these people that assume that they're normal ones, and based on that, they get a price. We know that actual data is not. The tails are fatter. That means tail risk is higher. So if you are trying to sell me a complicated product where the tail risk is a lot higher than what the pricing machinery gives me, then I'm going to demand a lot more discount. But you end up buying those things at much higher price than they need to be. Bad thing doesn't happen, you're fine. But when the bad thing happens and you find out you took way too much risk and you're gonna have issues. Here's what happened to AIG. What? Did you guys ever see the movie Big Show? I think it's available on Netflix, but I'm not sure. You should definitely watch it.